From KGW, this is The Good Stuff.
It feels absolutely surreal. I was not expecting this whatsoever, but I've worked very hard for this.
Tonight on The Good Stuff, from endorsement deals, the WNBA draft, not to mention a college degree, and now the Olympics. A year after winning the World Cup in 3-on-3 basketball, Beaverton's own Cameron Brink has been selected to represent Team USA at the Olympics. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Tim Gordon. It might be a bit of an understatement to say Brink has already had an incredible year. She has worked hard for all of it. And as Catherine Cook shows us, the best may be yet to come.
Cameron Brink!
It's been a whirlwind spring for Beaverton's own Cameron Brink.
Three in the corner, yes sir!
From graduating Stanford to lacing up for the Los Angeles Sparks.
Can't play and think. There she is.
In between all of that, the 6'4" forward attended the USA 3-on-3 women's national team training camp. Last year, Brink and her teammates brought home the FIBA 3-on-3 World Cup. Then on Saturday, this happened.
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Cameron Brink is now an Olympian. USA Basketball shared her reaction on social media.
It feels absolutely surreal. I was not expecting this whatsoever, but I've worked very hard for this. I love the coaches, the committee, everything, so I'm just beyond thankful.
We just can't believe how blessed we are. It's amazing.
We talked with Cameron's mom, Michelle Bainbrink, on her way to watch Cameron's game in LA. She learned the Olympics news a day before Cameron to help coordinate the surprise.
So we had to hold the secret for a day. And we were counting down the hours. Like we went to bed like it was Christmas Eve. And then that day we're like, okay, 4 more hours. She's going to find out. We were counting it down. And my reaction was tears of joy, like hers.
I'm most excited to be an Olympian. It's been a dream my whole life. And, the opportunity to win a gold medal, especially with this group. I just honestly can't even put it to words.
Of late, we've grown accustomed to watching Cameron Brink's basketball dreams come true in real time.
The Los Angeles Sparks select Cameron Brink.
Back in April, she went second in the WNBA draft. Her mom was there that night. So was Stephen Curry's mom, Sonia Curry.
And my godmother, Sonia Curry, is over there. Hi, godmama.
Michelle and Sonia were roommates at Virginia Tech, where they played basketball. That friendship will travel well to Paris, where Steph Curry will also play for Team USA.
We're both crying. We're like, can you imagine both of our kids will be in the Olympics? And crazy, it's Stephen's first Olympics because of multiple reasons.
With so much happening, Michelle says her advice to Cameron has been to stay focused on the main thing, basketball.
Stay healthy, eat well, rest, do all of the right things, and then everything else will come. And that's what she's been doing. So she's been listening.
And come August, the whole world will be watching.
Brink for three. She got it. Her first triple as a pro. Training camp in WNBA.
Yes, we will be watching. Again, that was Catherine Cook reporting. We're counting just over 50 days till the Paris Games, and you can watch all the Olympic action right here on KGW. Opening ceremonies are July 26th, and the 3-on-3 games start July 30th. We wish Cameron and all of Team USA the best of luck, and we know that you're going to do us proud. But we are getting into the heart of the Portland Rose Festival. Yesterday we had the Junior Parade and ships arriving for Fleet Week. This Saturday it's the Grand Floral Parade, and for the first time in 30 years, Vancouver will have a float featured in it. It's been being designed by a Vancouver florist called Fieldwork Flowers. You're looking at some of the concept drawings for that float. They say the design draws inspiration from both the fruits of our Pacific Northwest landscape and Grand Floral Parade history to style floats with homegrown roses. But instead of roses, the float will be covered in over 2,000 locally farmed flowers of all kinds. Well, check this out. It is a rare sight on the Oregon coast. The Seaside Aquarium says a large sunfish that you see there washed ashore on Gerhardt Beach. They're still working to figure out exactly which species of sunfish it is, but they think it may be a variation that is native to the southern hemisphere and rarely found this far north. And speaking of the coast, Lincoln City is rolling out some programs to make the beauty accessible for all abilities. John Goodwin shows us it's not what you see, it's how you see it.
What we strive to do is try to make Lincoln City and the coast as accessible as possible for everyone.
Anyone can get to the coast. Not everyone has the same experience.
It's such a unique and beautiful, colorful place.
Cole Finley is with Explore Lincoln City. On Wednesday at Night Park, a special reveal.
So we invited 3 individuals who are colorblind to come out, test the glasses.
Hayden, Jason, and Jake helped christen Explore Lincoln City's Color Accessibility Program. These guys are seeing color for the first time.
Everything kind of pops more, a lot more definition to it. The flowers over here looked a lot brighter to me, and then the sky looks much bluer.
Starting Monday, June 10th at the Lincoln City Community Center, anyone can borrow a pair of these Enchroma glasses, designed to enhance color range and improve depth and detail for people with color blindness.
And I'm actually wearing a pair myself. I'm colorblind myself. It's a really special and unique thing to be able to experience.
If seeing is believing, get out to the beach.
Lincoln City is a mecca for outdoor recreation.
Jeannie Sprague is the Lincoln City Parks and Recreation Director. They've rolled out the blue carpet for everyone as well.
It's an accessible pathway for people to be able to access the beach and ocean.
The city has a total of 750 feet of these Moby mats at 4 different beach access points, along with 3 big-wheeled chairs free to check out at Taft Waterfront Park.
It's simply for someone that might have trouble walking on soft sand. It's for strollers, it's for people that may use canes, it's for wheelchairs. It just makes it easier for people to get out to the ocean.
This is huge. My son has a terminal condition with a short life expectancy.
Tracy Cahoot's family is able to enjoy the beach together thanks to the chairs and the mats. This is Clayton's happy place.
So when they put this in, it's been huge for his mobility.
Mary and her mom Phyllis are visiting from Washington.
It is a beautiful day on the coast. Beautiful day today.
It was really easy on the blue mat. It was surprisingly easy.
The mats are made of 100% recycled material and are saltwater resistant. Whether you can get somewhere new or just see it in a new light.
Being able to connect with someone who has an understanding and give them the opportunity to see the colors as they should be seen is really special.
Just being able to get out as a family and include our son who can no longer walk and participate in daily activities is amazing. Like, this means everything to us.
In Lincoln City, I'm John Goodwin. Let's get out there.
Ahead on The Good Stuff, a group of developers say they may have a solution for 2 of the biggest problems affecting housing in Oregon. Our next story follows a new housing project that is looking to tackle issues of affordability and sustainability. One developer thinks he has a solution that could help solve both problems at the same time. Environmental reporter Cale Williams and producer Alex Jensen teamed up to look at a new take on affordable housing with an environmental twist.
At the corner of 99th and Gleason in Northeast Portland, something new is taking shape.
We're standing in the 3-bedroom unit on the 4th floor at Timberview 8, which is an 8-story mass timber building.
That's Curtis Reistadt, the lead developer behind the Timberview project. And his building stands out for a few reasons.
When completed, will be the tallest mass timber residence in the state of Oregon.
Not only is the building one of the biggest built for mass timber in the state, the 105 units will also be 100% affordable. Mass timber is a process where small pieces of lumber are glued together to form large structural beams, replacing the concrete and steel used in traditional construction. Mass timber buildings also help fight climate change, cutting out the hefty emissions that come with some of those other materials. Mass timber construction can have higher upfront costs, depending on timber markets, but Reistadt said there are other benefits that offset those higher prices.
When you have mass timber, you need less people to assemble the actual structure.
And the buildings come together quicker.
They put half this floor up in an hour and a half.
But can a mass timber building stand up to things like fires and earthquakes? Shirley Chalupa, an engineer who consulted on the Timberview project, says yes.
The fire rating is important here because the wood is exposed.
Chalupa said the massive beams are bigger than they need to be, so the wood on the outside can burn, while the structural integrity remains intact.
As you can see the size of the columns here, it's not necessarily what's required for strength, but it's built in additional wood for charring.
And because there's very little concrete, the building itself is lighter than traditional construction and more resilient to earthquakes.
The weight of the building actually cut in half. So you have a much lighter building than a building similar size and height, but using steel or concrete.
But for Reistadt, the affordability component is just as important to the building's environmental benefits.
We have a problem. I'm trying to help solve the problem.
The units will range from $1,100 for a studio to $1,700 for a 3-bedroom. But to live here, residents will need to make less than 60% of median income for the area, which is about $47,000 a year for an individual or $66,000 for a family of 3. And the need for housing in Portland can't be understated. Due to population growth and underproduction, the city needs to build more than 120,000 new units of housing in the next 20 years, and more than half of that needs to be affordable. Reistadt says he hopes Timberview will be a catalyst for other developers to look at innovative ways to solve the region's housing crisis.
This cause helps the environment. This cause helps people that need affordable housing. This cause helps reduce the energy use. How is that not a great investment in our society?
Cale Williams, KGW News.
And north of Vancouver, another new housing development held a special grand opening celebration at the start of the month. Elk Prairie in Battleground invited families out, not just to learn about the neighborhood and its homes, but to get children interested in the construction industry. Developer Taylor Morrison says 40% of the construction workforce is set to retire by 2031, and currently women only make up about 11% of that workforce.
I think there's been a mindset for women as a whole that the construction industry is about swinging a hammer, but there's so much more. There's architecture, there's engineering, there's design, there's real estate. And we just want to make sure that we want to be a place where women can come to understand what does that look like for them.
Now, one of the developer's partners, the Building Futures Foundation, is helping aspiring students by offering scholarships for those wanting construction-related degrees or tool grants for those interested in the trades. That's pretty cool. Well, coming up, a group of local students work together to create something that will outlive them all. But first, let's step outside with our reserve golf course Skycam. That is out in Aloha, a beautiful Thursday evening for sure. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Good Stuff. Our next story brings us inside Troutdale Elementary School, where a group of students got the opportunity to create something that could possibly last generations. They made a mural that highlights all the beauty of Western Oregon. China Green has a closer look at their work.
Art.
It's really fun, and I like to do the painting.
Something that's fun, something that can ease the mind.
I really enjoy it because it just helps me relax.
Even for third graders.
It's just like you're just painting, and like all you have to do is just paint, and you don't have to like worry about anything.
But at Troutdale Elementary, this art project is educational, and it will be permanent.
Using this brush and just really little strokes, careful work.
The school partnered with Arcadia Trueheart, a professional artist who helped the kids create a mural of native plants.
A lot of us, kids included, don't really know about the plants that have been in this region for thousands of years and how they're really important for this ecosystem.
That they are in this part of America and that some people haven't seen them.
The project took 5 weeks. It started with all 350 students, kindergarten through 5th grade, drawing their version of the plants.
We have a lot of different ferns. We have swallowtail butterfly. We have a blue camas, which has been native to this area and really important to Indigenous people in the past and presently.
Then Trueheart took all those pictures and morphed it into the mural blueprint.
Some of the designs come from this class. Sometimes I use like the drawing of one kid and the painting, like the color choices of another.
She put the blueprint on these small panels for students to copy onto bigger panels for the finished product.
So it's 6 panels, so it's 30 feet long in total by 2.5 feet tall. So it goes under a bank of windows in the cafeteria.
Day by day, a class would sketch or paint something.
You might be doing a second coat on a coat that a different classmate you don't even know.
I like working with the group so that we could get it done fast.
And after 5 weeks, the mural was unveiled to the entire school. A collaborative effort that will be on display until maybe the end of time. And the students are okay with that.
Other people could see what I've been doing and like drawing, and I hope that people will like it.
Or maybe the mural could send a message that art is for everyone.
Well, some people think that they are really bad at drawing and really bad at painting, but they can do it, and I'm proud of them.
Great encouragement there. Art is for everyone. Well, still ahead, a local performing arts troupe is closing out what they say is their best season ever for audience attendance. We're going to tell you all about that after the break. Well, this week, the Oregon Ballet Theater puts on its final show of what's been a record-breaking season. The company says more people attended shows this season than ever before in ballet's 35-year history. 92,000 people altogether. That's a lot, and it added up to $4.7 million in sales. The executive director says the secret to success may have been the ballet leaning on the classics, like Swan Lake, Peter Pan, and the Nutcracker.
There's no one I know that works in the arts that doesn't have a story about a show they saw when they were a kid that changed their lives.
Well, the last show of the season is called Made in Portland. It's a showcase of multiple contemporary works and opens today downtown at the Newmark Theater, and it runs through Sunday. The iconic flower at the heart of the Portland Rose Festival is taking center stage at the Spring Rose Show. The annual event is a sight to see at the Lloyd Center, and yeah, the fragrances are amazing to breathe in too. The two-day event shows off more than 4,000 blooms brought in by rose growers from across the Pacific Northwest. It's put on by the Portland Rose Society, which started back in 1889 and currently has about 600 members. This is expected to draw 6,000 spectators from all over.
The Rose Society is what helped create Portland as the city of roses. And from that came the Rose Festival, created in 1907.
Oh, and those roses just look beautiful. The Spring Rose Show returns tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Lloyd Center Ice Rink. And hey, admission is free. All right, real quick before we go, we want to let you know that KGW and Safeway are teaming up to bag summer hunger. Many students and families rely on school meals during the year, but face food insecurity during the summer months. But you can help make a difference. All you have to do, buy a bag of the most needed food at Safeway. That'll go to families needing them. For more information on how you can help, go to bagsummerhunger.com. We've also got information on our KGW website. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day for the good stuff. We're going to leave you with a live look from our Rose City Sky Camera as we start to see the sun, well, head down towards the horizon. Sunset's still a little ways away, but it's going to be a good one. Have a wonderful evening.